Okay, so maybe let's just go step by step here, and I'll just kind of refresh your memory what these things are, because we should have covered everything. Explain basic definitions such as mechanics, kinematics, dynamics, translational motion, variable motion, uniform motion, and frame of reference. All of those were covered in like those two initial handouts. I think there's like a picture of like some people on bikes there to begin with. Right? So those are in there. You should be able to convert from meters per second to kilometers per hour and back. And of course that is times by 3.6 and divide by 3.6. Make sure you get the right order on your cheat sheet. Do you guys like the cheat sheets?
Yes.
Just checking. Differentiate amongst position, displacement, and distance. You should know the difference between those. Position is where it is. Displacement is how far and in what direction it goes. And distance is how far it goes, with no regard for direction. You need to differentiate or tell the difference between the terms an instant and interval of time. Of course, an instant of time is just a single reading, and an interval of time is two instants, the difference between them, right? Draw a DT graph from a written description. So, like, remember when we did the girl that forgot her gym clothes or something or other, and you had to draw the picture? That kind of thing. From a DT graph, determine displacement, average velocity, instantaneous velocity. So we did that last week from a DT graph. From a VT graph, determine displacement, average velocity, instantaneous velocity, average acceleration, instantaneous acceleration. That's what I've done the last couple days. You'll notice that there's a lot there. I think it's worth 11 marks. So like probably almost 25%. Recognize some ticker tape motion of the corresponding DT, VT, and AT graphs. Remember when we did the little dots, right? And you had to draw them, okay? And recognize from a DT or VT graph the various types of motion. So in other words, uniform motion, variable motion, or we also called them like positive velocity, negative acceleration, stuff like that. Basically, those ticker tape, these two things sort of go together. Okay? The only thing that's not going to be on this test is that one there, and it's fairly long, and so I'm going to sort of do that in a few days and then have a mini test on that. Okay? So does that help? Okay? So I'm going to give you this period to work. I would suggest you work on these VT graphs, and I'm here for help. If you need to stay a little bit, you can. Like after class, I'm here. I'll be quiet. You guys go to work. Enjoy.